The midpoint theorem of triangle says that if you join the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then it is parallel to the third side and half of it. But what does that theorem mean? How do we prove it? Well, if you want to learn how to prove it and what does it mean, then you've come to the right place. So let's jump into the video right away. Come on, let's go. Hey guys, this is Vikas Sharma welcoming you on behalf of Exponent to Success to yet another of our videos. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, do subscribe to it right now and do not forget to click on the bell notification too. We want to learn about the midpoint theorem today. And if you want to learn what is the midpoint theorem, what does it say, how to prove it, well, you have come to the right place. Well, we are going to learn about that theorem today, and without wasting any further time, let's get into the video straight away. But before going further, I would like to suggest to you to stick around to the end of the video, because in the end, I'm going to show you a triangle which visually proves the midpoint theorem. You can make all types of triangles and you'll see why exactly the midpoint theorem works. And I'm also going to give that triangle as a giveaway to you. So just stick around to the end of the video. So first of all, since we are talking about the midpoint theorem of a triangle, let's start with a triangle. That's the first step that we need to do. Let me take a large triangle and say, let's have a triangle like this. Okay. And because we name the figures accordingly, we name the triangle also. Let me call this triangle ABC. Now the midpoint theorem, before we go into it, let's first of all see what the theorem says. Well, you can see the theorem on the screen, and if you want to write it down, you can pause the video and write it. So the theorem says that the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and is half of it. So let's say the midpoint of side AB is a point here, which I'll call it as point D. And let's say the midpoint of AC is a point here, which let me call it as point E. And we need a line joining the two, so let's make a line connecting DE. Now we are going to prove that DE is half of the length of BC and is also parallel to BC. But let's start with what is given to us. So we know that since it's a triangle and D and E are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively, let's say that AD is equal to DB and AE is equal to CE. That has been given to us, so let's write that as well, that AD is equal to DB and AE is equal to CE. Now that's given, so let me write it here, given. Now we want to prove that this line segment DE is parallel to BC. Now how do we prove that? In a triangle, how is it possible to prove that it's parallel? Well, in a parallelogram, we can prove that, but in a triangle, it's not possible to do. So how about making a parallelogram here? Well, so if we have to start with a parallelogram, why not take the side BC as the base and make a line, draw a line which is parallel to BD and make a parallelogram out of it? Well, so let's do that. Let's make a line which is parallel to BD. And let me call that point F. And we'll extend this line DE further and we'll make it move, join at F. Well, we don't know whether it's a parallelogram or not. We'll have to prove that this is a parallelogram, but what we know in this is that BD is parallel to CF. So this is what I have here, and I've marked them as parallel. So let's start with this, that BD is parallel to CF, and let's see how we can do it. Well, I can prove that it's a parallelogram if I somehow prove that CF is also equal to BD, because we learned about the theorem in the last video about theorems about parallelogram, that if we have one pair of opposite sides which are parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram. So if you haven't seen that video, then the link to that video is on the top right corner of the screen. Just click on the link and you'll be taken to the video straight away. Now, if I want to prove that it is equal to BD, and I already know that BD is equal to AD, so if I somehow prove that CF is equal to AD, then I should be able to prove that it is equal to BD also. Now, when we start looking at AD and CF, we are looking at two triangles here. So we have got the triangle ADE and we have the triangle CEF. So let me say that in triangle ADE and triangle CEF. What do we know? We know that AE is equal to CE. So let me write that AE is equal to CE. That's been given to us. So let me write that as given. What else do we know? CF is parallel to BD. So that means it's parallel to AB as well. So if I take these two lines AB and this line, shorter line CF over here, they're both lines, and there's a transversal AC which is cutting across them. So we can say that the alternate interior angles will have to be equal since I've taken these two lines as parallel. So let me say that this angle here is going to be equal to this angle here, right? So let me name these angles. So we say that angle DAE is equal to angle ECF, and we write that they are alternate interior angles. Well, we don't have anything else given, but what we can see from these two triangles is that there's a line AC here and there's a line DF here, and both are intersecting at the point E. And we know that when there are two intersecting lines, then the opposite angles are called vertically opposite angles, and they are equal in all cases. So we know that this angle here is equal to this angle here. Let me name the angles also. So angle AED is equal to angle CEF. We can write them as vertically opposite angles. Well, so we have got three conditions. Now let's see whether that will work or not. So let us see what is that. AE is equal to CE, which is this one, which is a side. We've got DAE. DAE is this angle over here. And we've got angle AED, this angle over here. Now, if you look at the side, it is between those two angles. So it is the included side. So we've got two angles and one included side. So we can say that by ASA congruence rule, we can say that angle AED is congruent to, now AED is here, so we are looking at the side first, then the angle with the double mark. So we are looking at that side CE and then the angle with the double mark. So it will be triangle CEF. Now these two triangles are congruent, and if they are congruent, what can we say about the sides? Which is the corresponding side to AD? Well, the corresponding side to AD, so if we rotate the triangle, this triangle will come and be rotated like this, so that A comes and sits right on top of C. So if we rotate it like this side AD is also going to come here, and it is going to lie right on top of the side CF. So we can say that therefore AD is equal to CF. We can write that as by CPCT, which is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. But if we look at what's given to us, this relationship over here, AD is equal to DB. So we can say but AD is equal to BD. Therefore, BD is equal to CF. And therefore, BCFD is a parallelogram. Well, we proved that BCDF is a parallelogram, so we have proved that this side is parallel to this side, and once we prove that, we know that DF is also equal to BC. Now, one part of the theorem is proved by proving this statement that BCFD is a parallelogram, and we know that DE is now parallel to BC. So one part of the midpoint theorem was that it is parallel to the third side, so we have proven that. Now what needs to be proved is that whether DE is half of BC or not. So to prove that, also let me delete these things on top because I don't need them any further. Now again, according to the corresponding parts in triangle AED and triangle CEF, we know that the corresponding parts here are DE and EF. So we can say also DE is equal to EF, and we can write that as by CPCT. And because BCFD is a parallelogram, we can also say that DF is equal to BC. We can write that as being a parallelogram. But what is DF? DF I can write differently as DE plus EF also. So DE plus EF is the same as DF. That should be equal to BC. But DE is equal to EF as we have written here by CPCT. Therefore, 2 times DE is BC, or dividing both sides by B, we get DE is equal to half of BC. So there you go. DE, which is the line joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, is not only parallel to the third side, it is also half of the length of the third side. Now that is the midpoint theorem for you. Very short and concise video. And like I said in the beginning of the video, that in the end I'm going to share with you a triangle which proves without any doubt, and it proves visually why the midpoint theorem works. So let's go and take a look at the triangle straight away. So we have got a triangle here. We have got this triangle. So for your benefit, I've got this triangle ABC here. I've taken the base length as 10.414 units, and I've taken D and E as the midpoints of the side AB and side AC respectively. Now I've joined those midpoints D and E with the line segment, and we've also taken the length, which is 5.07 units, as we can see. And if you see, half of line segment BC, which is 10.14 units, divided by 2, that gives us 5.07. And so you know that DE is now half of BC. Well, how do we prove that these two lines are parallel to each other? Well, you know that DE and BC are two lines, and AB is the transversal which is intersecting both those lines. So if we look at these angles, angle B and angle D here, they both happen to be corresponding angles because they are on the same side of the lines and same side of the transversal, so they are corresponding angles. And we know that if the lines are parallel to each other, then those corresponding angles are going to be equal to each other. So I've taken the angle measure also, and you see that they're currently both 52.27 degrees, and therefore it proves that this DE is parallel to BC. Now I can change this triangle also. So A, if I take it here, so D and E is not going to change because they will always stay at the midpoint of AB and AC. So even if I reduce this side, they will always stay at the midpoint. Now you see the angles are changing because angles are going to be the same because they are corresponding angles, and because DE is parallel to BC. So this is one proof that whatever kind of triangle I take, the angles are always going to be equal to each other. Can you see that? 29.51 degrees there, 48.04 degrees there, 78.45 degrees here. Now whatever triangle I take, these angles are always going to be equal. What about these side lengths? Well, if I reduce the side length here, see 7.84, divide that by 2, we get 3.92, and that is what the length of DE is. What about a triangle like this? We increase it to 9.66 divided by 2, that gives us 4.83, that again is DE. 6.47, 3.23. Now obviously this rounds it off a bit, so therefore you might see a little bit of error in the last decimal place, but that's only because of the rounding off. But otherwise, you see, whatever side length we take, 8.71, 4.35, 8.32, 4.16, that is exactly half of it. 6.56, 3.28, exactly half. So whatever kind of triangle I take, now the orientation of the triangle could be anything. So if I taken these two sides AB and AC, I've taken the midpoints of those two sides. Now it is still parallel to the third side, and it is equal to half of it, whatever kind of triangle I take. So I can take this here, I can take this here, and you see now that it is parallel to the third side. So you can rotate the triangle whatever way you like, and you are always going to get the same result. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this triangle for you guys to play with. So you will find the link to this triangle in the description box below. Do not forget to hit that link. And if you like this video and you like to play with the triangle, then do drop in a comment for me. I would love to see your comments. I would love to read them, and do share your love by liking the video and sharing the link with your friends. And before you leave, do not forget to click on my photograph here on the screen, because that will subscribe you to the channel so that you do not miss any of our future contents. And also do not forget to watch these videos showing up on the screen right now, because I assure you, you are going to like them very much, and they're going to be very, very beneficial for you. So take care, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless.